Hi everyone, today I'd like to talk about Star Wars chocolate or ice cube molds. I actually was able to purchase these molds at a discounted price for leaving my honest opinion and review. The molds are actually heat resistant up to 446 degrees. They are all food grade silicone. The manufacturer does suggest that you do not use any sharp objects and you don't actually clean them with any abrasive cleansers. But all in all, they were very easy to use and I was very happy with them. So as you can see, this is actually what you get in the set. I'll show you individuals right now. The actual first one is a Darth Vader head, which is pretty cool. And they're really easy to fill. I actually had fun. I actually bought chocolate chips and I just melted them down using the double boiler method. You could probably melt them in the microwave also, but I found that one little 12-ounce bag of chocolate chips went a long way. I think I actually might have used a little too much chocolate because they came up on the thick side since it was like trial and error my first time using them. The next one was my personal favorite, the Han Solo and Carbonite. So you get one large Han Solo and then it has 6 smaller ones. As I mentioned, if you're going to use them to make chocolate, you will have to kind of test trial and error to see what size you would want them to be or how thick you would want them to be. And it also comes with 2 Millennium Falcons, which is also pretty neat. I actually used this one today to make ice cubes, and it actually makes pretty detailed ice cubes, which is kind of cool. All in all, they set up pretty quickly. I actually found that I put them in the freezer and then I just stacked them with wax paper. So the next one is the R2-D2. So you also receive one large R2-D2 and 4 smaller R2-D2s in the actual mold itself. The nice thing though too about these molds is that they are all, as I mentioned, food grade silicone. So they're very flexible and very easy to use, and they're all nice, decent size molds. So you can go ahead and stack them if you have a smaller freezer shelf, or if you want to actually lay them out, they should fit on one shelf. And the other set, the other mold is Stormtrooper Heads, and I actually used that to make ice cubes because I ran out of chocolate. And they actually looked pretty detailed. They're a little hard to tell sometimes, and the manufacturer suggested if you're going to actually use them to make ice that you use distilled water to have a clearer ice cube. And then the final one is the little X-Wing fighter. That's kind of neat. I actually use this one also with the chocolate, and as I mentioned, it's kind of trial and error if you're going to use them for candy, because you kind of have to figure out what how thick you would want them. So this was actually just my picture that I took. As you can see, I stacked them in the freezer, three on top of each other, and then I just put wax paper in the middle, and they actually held up very well and they actually set rather quickly. I didn't really check to see how long it took for the chocolate to set completely. And this was just to show you that I put water in the ice in the tray for the Stormtrooper heads because I was actually going to make ice. So this was the final result. As I mentioned, it was very easy to do. I think I made them a little too thick because I put too much chocolate in the mold, but they were really, really good and they were very easy to remove from the mold, which was great. The manufacturer also suggests that you don't use any type of knives to try to cut them out of the mold so you don't damage the mold. But thanks to the molds being silicone, they're really easy to use and extremely easy to clean when you're done. So please check them out. Thanks for watching.